Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, we're gonna expand this highway a little bit more. After the last episode, I think we came up with a really nice looking highway that sort of weaves its way through the mountains, and I think in this episode I'd like to continue that. So, I think what we're gonna do is expand the highway from this intersection here, bring it around under this mountain so it can connect to Santa Clara, across all of this here, and then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do here. Maybe we'll cut through the mountain, maybe we'll do a tunnel, not too sure yet, and we'll connect it up to these two cities here. And then we'll leave it sort of at these two cities, so we leave it room for expansion with Bridgeport, Lexington, and Victorville. So first of all, what we're going to want to do is delete this entire highway interchange, and we can replace it with a cloverleaf interchange. Now this one seems to be considerably larger than the one we had before, so we're going to need to pull our highways back even more to make sure we have space. And we're going to need to flatten out a lot of land to get this to work. Okay, so now we can attempt to get this to fit. We're going to need to get precisely the similar angle that we had before, so we don't have to restructure too much. I think right here's probably about the best spot. So we'll just need to pull back some of these highways still and reconnect them up. Alright, so now we have our highways connected back up to this interchange, and we'll just smooth out some of the land around here, and we can get our highway rolling. So we'll be right back when we start to expand the highway more. Alright, so now we're ready to expand this highway. We can bring it over here. Hopefully we'll get it up out of the tunnel by then. And it looks like we're going to run into some collisions with the train track we have, so we're going to have to get it as high as possible. Although that doesn't seem to really be a solution either. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this. We might need to bring this back even more and have the road slope up quite a bit. So we'll flatten that out, raise this up a little bit, smooth it all out. Maybe we'll flatten even more up here. Smooth that out yet again, and see if we can get a pretty good elevation change coming out of here. Alright, so we can see this slopes up a good bit here. So now let's see if we can get up and over our train tracks. And this seems like it will definitely work. We'll bring it over to where we want it. We want it to come out probably right around here. And we'll just want to flatten out a good area so we can get this other highway to come up and pretty much align right with it. So just like that. And now we can just bring this through. We might be able to do this in some pretty big strokes, just coming across. And we'll probably bring it right around here. There doesn't seem to be any issues. Maybe a little bit of a bridge over this small valley, but other than that, we can build this. Alright, and now we have both of our highways coming out of this mountain here. They're pretty much dead on in elevation, and hopefully we can keep these aligned as we move them. over to these cities over here. Now, one thing we want to get ready for is connecting up to this highway here that runs between Garden Grove and Santa Clara. So we'll add another one of these interchanges once we delete some of these roads, and we can line it up and place it right here. So now we can connect these up to these roads again, and there will be no issues with connections or traffic around here. Alright, so eventually we are going to have to come through and clean up these connections, but for now they functionally work fine, and all we have to do is connect up and continue our highway. So we are going to want to bridge over this train track here. So we'll raise this up, and we'll do the same with the other one, and then we can hopefully, if we just snap here, we get a pretty decent looking bridge. And that seems to be the case, so we'll roll with this and keep going. Alright, so now we've extended our highway over to this mountain range, and this is sort of going to be the tricky part, as we can maybe bring a highway through here, but it'll be a little hard to sort of work it around all this terrain issues. And I think for now we're going to connect this highway, put an interchange here to sort of set us up for the future, and then we'll figure out sort of how to connect up these cities in a future episode, just so we don't waste too much time sort of racking our brain on how to fit a highway through all of this mess. So first of all, with the terrain being a challenge, we're going to need to flatten out a fairly big area to fit such a large interchange. Alright, so we were able to fit this interchange in here. We're going to have to see how we can connect it up, and hopefully we can get it connected pretty smoothly. So we're going to peel back all these roads, and then from here we're going to bring out a small road. Actually, we're going to first flatten a little area for it to come out of so we can connect up the highway portions. So hopefully right about here we can get this to pop out of the mountain, and then we can grab our highways and hopefully connect this up without creating issues. We might have to come over first and then do that. It's a very awkward thing, but I'll come back and fix that later. Next, we're going to want to flatten out a little area here, just so it's not such a steep drop off. And then from here, we can give ourselves a pretty good amount of space to then come around and connect up to this intersection. Alright, so we'll just have to change that road, and there we go. So then the final portion we have to do is these roads here, and these look like they'll connect up just fine with no issues. So now we have this pretty cool highway running through this side of the map. I'm just going to go through and flip the direction of the roads that need flipped, and then we'll unpause and see what kind of demand this brings to the region. Alright, so I've unpaused, let it run for a little bit. Let's take a look at our destinations layer here and take a closer look at some of the numbers we have running on here. So we've got 36 and 26 over here. These numbers over here are pretty similar, and they seem to be rising. And it looks like this is probably our busiest interchange at the moment. If we take a look, we can certainly see it's getting busier. So I think this highway is going to be a huge success. I don't think it's going to take away too much from our passenger train network, especially since these cities have only just started to grow now that we're starting to connect them up to resources. But hopefully we'll see the demand on this highway increase even more, and we'll start to see all of the success it will bring with it. So with that, that'll be all for this episode. A little bit of a short one, but we'll get back to the cargo hub in the next few episodes. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.